Hello and welcome to Tabletop Oddity, you crazy people. My name is Jay and today I'm coming at you with a paint tutorial of Han Solo in less than 4 minutes. I mean, it won't physically take you less than 4 minutes, but the tutorial itself, part of it, will be less than 4 minutes. Now, you are not going to win awards. This is literally like base colours and a wash kind of job. If you want somebody who's showing you like intricate details and you're an expert painter, one, you're better than me already. Two, you should look at Sarasto. I sort of feel like this is for people who Sarasto is almost too good for, and they just want somebody, they just want a model that looks vaguely okay on the tabletop. Then that's what this is for. There's a couple of things I'm not happy with this tutorial. Mainly because the way I recorded it and the sequence of things, the way that I did things was made the video a little bit more complicated for me to like sort out, but I'll talk about that at the end. Let's just get on with the tutorial. So of course I primed it with leather brown from Army Painter, and then I used one layer of Zandri dust, one layer of Ushabiti bone, and then I made sure I had a nice coat of Screaming Skull, all on the jacket of course. But I think that might have been too light, and I'll talk about that at the end. And then I get Rhinox hide and I paint that just on the main part of the pants. For his belt, I use XV88 from GW, because all these paints are from GW. Abadon Black for the boots, and highlighted with Eshin grey. You can just do an edge highlight there if you like. Then moving on to his face, I use Bugmans Glow as like the base colour for all of the skin. That includes his little neck part, which can be a little bit awkward to get to. For the Eshin Grey, I do his jacket, like his waistcoat part of it, as it gives a nice little blue tint. I also do the gun at this point, but I finish off the gun when we do the metal much later on. For his shirt, his t-shirt kind of thing, you want 2 thin coats of white scar. It's just pure white. And then before we apply the washes, I'm actually going to highlight. So I highlight his face with Cadian flesh tone, and obviously his hands. And then for his jacket, what I'm going to do is I actually get some water and some Agrax earthshade and mix like 50-50 equal parts, just to sort of tint his coat rather than do a full wash, because I didn't want it to look too grubby. But then obviously you just apply that everywhere, anywhere that it pools, just like dry your brush and then soak up the pools with your brush. You can use that same mix on the pants, although Agrax earthshade is probably better on the pants. Then I do Reikland's Fleshsahde for all of the skin, his face and his hands, while the Agrax earthshade is still drying. For his hair, I use Steel Legion Drab, just a quick coat of that. Makes him look a bit too blonde, but we'll put a wash over that in a minute. I put some Nuln oil on his head, which gives it a really nice like darker brown and really good highlights for his head. I highlight the jacket back up, mainly using the Ushabiti bone as like the middle colour, and then using Screaming Skull for like the edge highlights. You can spend as much time you want doing that, making it as neat as you like. Now for his Corellian stripes down his pants, this is actually quite difficult. It took me quite a while. I just got Everland Sunset Yellow from GW and Gorthor Brown, Rhinox hide, and just like took my time. I had to do it off camera because it was quite awkward to do on camera, and just dotted them in. It took me many attempts. I just went back over it, cleaning it up, and then I had to go back over it doing the yellow dots and so on and so forth. Just a little time, but you'll get there. Leadbelcher then, I do the front of his gun, his scope, and the little metal parts on his belt, so like the bolt, his buckle and some of the detail. Nuln oil then for the gun and the buckle, the belt buckle, and Nuln oil for his white shirt. Try and not make it too thick there though. So there you have it. This is it, still on the paint handly thing from GW, and yeah, so hopefully the tutorial makes sense. I'll put all the paints and everything in the description below. There's many things that I didn't do which would make this better, but it would take time. So for example, you could highlight up the pants if you wanted to. The one thing I have done, which I didn't mention at all and I completely forgot, is I went back with Cadian flesh tone on the face just to sort of highlight it out, but that was about all that I've done. I didn't want to go too far, I just forgot to mention it, which is awkward. Yeah, it's basically the base colours in a wash. You can highlight it if you want to highlight it. If you've put a wash on something, you can normally highlight it with its original colour and then maybe like a brighter colour of the same thing. GW's paint app's pretty good for that. Yeah, I'm not overly pleased with the colour of the jacket. Like, I think I might prefer it a bit more brown. But I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I'll post some pictures instead of just holding it up. I'll get better at these. This is the first one I've done since the 1 minute Stormtrooper one, and the 1 minute Stormtrooper one was much easier for me to comprehend what I was doing, whereas this one was obviously, it's a more complicated model. What I want to do is just get up like some quick, like, these are the colours I used. If you use these colours, it will look like that. That's sort of the level of the tutorial. It's never going to be expert painting. It's like, if you want to get this on the tabletop, like in the first weekend, this came out last week and we started it yesterday. But if I base that up and put it on the table, I'd be done playing, because quite frankly, I don't like painting. I just want to get it done, get it on the table and move on with my life. And if that's the kind of thing that appeals to you, then this video is for you. If you want to win painting awards and stuff like that, then check somebody else out who knows how to paint properly. If you like this video, do like. Let me know your comments and feedback and stuff like that. I know it's not perfect, so don't get me wrong. I know it's not perfect. There's a lot of things I can do. Places to speed up, places to slow down, places to get better video of. Even like the camera and the lighting. The camera was sometimes changing its white balance, so it looks yellow at times and then white at times. I'm aware of the technical issues with it, and I will try my best to sort. Hopefully you think it's worth me doing, hopefully. And yeah, let me know your thoughts other than that. If you like the video, do like it. If you didn't like the video on this one, just comment and tell me why so I can fix it next time, please. That would be my inclination. If you want to support me on Patreon and get me to do more of these, well, then there's a Patreon link just here. Thank you to all my Patreons that are on that list, and have a most beautiful day, and goodbye. Bye guys.